So what are you going to be doing as what are you going to be doing after you go ahead and get certified, you join the Claude Partner Network? Like, honestly speaking, you're not going to be building. Your real job, why we've taken the approach that we have so far, is you're going to be training. Like these two guys, they're charging right now $25,000 a day to help Wall Street just automate workflows, and honestly just teaching them like AI stuff. And the earning potential, you guys can just go ahead and type in Wall Street AI trainers. You guys are seeing this like not just in finance but law especially. You have to understand that when you get onto the job, whether you're a product manager for a deployed engineer or an AI trainer, your job is not going to be doing the actual heavy lifting yourself, is to be training them up. Because let's just say here that there's a law firm and they want you to go out there and build this AI platform for them. A lot of people are thinking like, that's the opportunity, right? Like, we're going to go out there and get paid to build. No, that's the most amateur way to look at it, because that means you're just trading your time for money, and you're already doing that right now. Your job should really be to uplift and empower people to be able to feel like they could learn not just Claude, but Cursor on their own, OpenAI's Codex on their own, 11 Labs putting together voice AI agents on their own. Why is that? Because they're going to have a vision of how they want it to look, and it's not going to be the vision that you have, especially when you get busier. So if you're working with a law firm out there and they have this vision of this like dashboard, what a lot of consultants or people even working internally, sometimes they hire a product manager in-house just to go ahead and do this, is like, we have this vision for this dashboard. You should be empowering them so they can go out there and build that dashboard for themselves. That's where the real money is at, because otherwise you're just going back and forth. This is tug of war between their vision, which is whatever it is that comes out that day, depending on their vibe, versus what it is that you think their vision is. And more than 80% of the time, they're not even doing a really good job explaining their vision. So any job that you land at, there's only going to be a few roles that are very hot. Growth and monetization product management, forward deployed engineer and forward deployed product management, AI trainer. Shy of anything else, you're going to be in cybersecurity or working in some kind of crypto role, which also involves a lot of cybersecurity. Your job is to go out there and help people upskill, because this is solving a major problem in the marketplace. And the people that are going to end up getting this money, people right now in the market want to learn this skill. Before, if you're thinking about it in this sense, where if I was hiring somebody to go and do construction on my house to remodel my home or my business, it's like, I'm paying you guys to do a job that I wouldn't even want to do. Nowadays, people actually want to do this work. They actually want to have these skills, but the people that they're bringing in are just really bad at communicating these topics. It starts first with redefining that we need to understand this type of content, and educational content and curriculum was created for a technical audience by technical staff members. And right now you have a much bigger population. There's way more people that are not software engineers than there are people that are engineers, right? That want to learn these topics and be masterfully proficient at it. They cannot follow the same blueprint and the same guidelines. A lot of times they may even need to go ahead and take on some prerequisite courses to be able to level up. So it cannot go in that order. And where these people are coming in from, like these two gentlemen right here, is they're like, we keep, and I'm not saying I don't know these guys personally, but what I'm seeing is the emergence of a lot of trainers that are coming from the industries they're training from. Lawyers that don't have an AI background becoming AI trainers. Accountants that don't have an AI background becoming AI trainers, because they're like, our firm has a lot of money and we blow a shit ton of cash, and we keep bringing in people that are either very condescending and uninspiring, or they're very rude, or they're very boring, or they're trying their best, but they're not helping anybody actually level up. And they're like, we wouldn't have that difficult of a time explaining concepts to people because they're doing research all the time. So they're thinking to themselves, we should just go ahead and take it on. And that's what they're doing. And that's what I want you to do, because I want you to go out there and make the most amount of money during the AI gold rush as possible. So like, in terms of like, why do we need all this context, is because so many people, they're not thinking right now. And the people that are thinking are going to be making the most money. They're just like, okay, all right. Before they even get to this, they're not even thinking about the end. They're just thinking, I'm just going to go through all 4 of these modules. Why do we have to go to agent skills first? Why do we have to go to Claude API first? Actually, if you don't have a technical background, it's actually better for you to go through Claude API first, then Claude Code, then Model Context Protocol, and then agent skills. And I actually prompted up my Claude a few times. They're like, if you're not going through it in this order because you don't have a technical background and you never written a line of code, starting with agent skills, that's actually the last thing you want to go ahead and do. And I found it to work so much better for me because like I wasn't getting it, you know? So even with the different scenarios, people would just go straight to scenario 1 and then they'll go to scenario 2 and they'll get stuck here and they're like, no, customer support agent resolution, like you should, the next scenario, if you don't have a technical background, this is going to be easier for you to understand multi-agent research systems. And then, you know, you go ahead and learn, once you understand the agentic side of it, I'm going to go back over here to, then you learn the data extraction. Then you go to Claude Code. Because now once you understand, it's like, oh, okay, so now that goes out there and makes sense. Those are things you need to be cognizant of because it's only going to be a matter of time before you're explaining it to a bunch of people. And if they feel like they can learn it with you, all that money's just going to be piling up, all right? Which means it's good for the bank account. Let's get it, folks. I can't train all these people up myself, and as you can see, my voice is coarse enough as it is. There's a lot of opportunity out there, and start creating content in foreign languages, because if we're doing such a bad job in English, you know where the money is really at? Every language outside the English language, okay?